beautiful babes, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Boss Up Budgets. On this channel I do cash stuffing, budgeting, saving up challenges, and all things money related. Happy week number 2 of February, you guys. Happy Valentine's Day for all of you guys out there that are celebrating, regardless of if you're single, taken, talking, flirting, having fun, being alone, anything. I hope you're having fun. I hope you are doing self-care and promoting yourself first in this holiday, or treating out your best friend, your loved one, your sweetheart. I know I am going to be doing both. I am in a very long-term relationship with my boyfriend, and we've been together since I started college a pretty long time ago. But anyways, let's get straight into the cash stuffing. This week we are going to be stuffing $1,290. So I'm going to go ahead and start counting. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900, 950, 1000, okay, 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260, 270, 280, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, and 90. Perfect. So everything is here. Thank you guys so much for checking up on me in my last video, and definitely saw the ones that asked for a story time. So here we are. I'm actually a little bit nervous about the story time, and I don't know why. Oh my gosh, this 20 is so ugly. But I'm a little bit nervous for the story time. I didn't rehearse it, so it's gonna just come right on out, you guys. And I don't typically do that many story times, but felt like this was a pretty special occasion and it's still fresh in my mind. So let's get right into it. First things first, we did have some leftovers. So we got $5 in coffee. Date nights, we do have $10. This is also going to be going into something different. Gas and EV is always rolling over, nothing in groceries, and then spending is another $5. I didn't do really that much spending. Let me put this aside real quick. This is my $1 and $5 saving challenge. As you can see, she is getting pretty thick, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my $5 bill in here. I love it when you can see the bigger bills. So I stuff her in here. I feel like we're halfway there on the first level. It's getting pretty thick in there. Once it's jammed packed in the first level, I'll make my way to the second level. But that's pretty much it. And then this $10 came from my weekly allowance date nights. So I'm going to put it into my date nights, but as a sinking fund. And in case I am going to be paying for anything, maybe a cake for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day, I will take it out of this envelope. So let's get back into it. And we shall start the story time, you guys. So the first one again is coffee. This is going to be getting $5. So the story time, or the drama, is based off of 2 people that I know and had brought on the trip with me. So it's a girl and a guy. They are a couple, and they've been together for maybe even longer than what me and my boyfriend have been together. They've been together for about, I would say, coming into 9 years or so. They've been together like straight out of high school. You know, I'm not that young, you guys. I turned 27. So yeah, a lot of my relationships are my friends. They've been in long-term relationships. 9 years is probably the longest I know of anyone being in a relationship. I didn't introduce them, but I was there when they met, and they met at a really big rave event. So just giving y'all a little backstory. I am actually best friends with the girl. We've been best friends for a very, very long time. I've known her since I was like 9. We've been friends throughout that entire time. Went to the same middle school, and then we kind of like split off in high school, but then we reconnected and we became friends throughout college. And then she went to grad school, I was there, but then we had a falling out in 2021. I think it was the aftermath of COVID, and you know, COVID changed a lot of different things, opened your eyes for different things. So we stopped talking for about a year based on differences, and that was the first time we've ever not talked in our entire life. In September of 2022, so not that long ago, about 3-4 months ago, I did reach out to the girl, and I should give her a name. I'm gonna give her Jade, okay? So her name is Jade. Jade and I reconnected, we became friends again, and you know, we slowly started to build our relationship again. And that's why I was like, hey, you know, I've been planning my birthday trip for about several months prior to me and you talking, but if you and your boyfriend would like to come, please come, and we're gonna have a blast. We're gonna spend like a week in Vegas and just have fun, gamble, you know, blah blah blah. I haven't been on vacation with you in like several years. It's gonna be super fun. Instantaneously she was down, right? Okay, so her boyfriend, me, my boyfriend, and then 10 other people came to Vegas to celebrate my birthday. I'm gonna try my hardest not to cuss in this, but let me continue stuffing. So we're skipping all the way until dining out, and I'm gonna put $10 in her. So, you know, we are here in Vegas, we're having fun, and then her and another member of the group were having like some tension, some, you know, bickering of some sort that broke their friendship. And so now they're like seeing each other again, and it was just like high tension. And I had talked to both of them individually. Gas is going to be getting $10. Talked to them both individually, and I thought that they both agreed to put things aside to just come and have fun with me. But it was not the case. On like day 3, it started getting really awkward and a lot of tension. It was a lot for me to handle, and it was over something like really stupid, you guys. Like, it was so stupid that I don't even remember why one person was irritated with the other. Like, that was how stupid it was. Through all of this, my best friend, the one that like is my day one, y'all hear me all the time talking about her, my best friend did not come until day 3 because she had work-related issues that she couldn't come anytime earlier. She's usually helping me through all of these like arguments and stuff like that. Like, she's always my moral support, but this time, since she wasn't here, my like stress level and tolerance and all that stuff went through the roof. I couldn't take it anymore, and I literally was cracking, and I was not enjoying my time. I was getting very like annoyed and irritable about like the whole situation, and that's not where things started turning bad. We decided to plan everything out of what we were gonna do Friday night because my best friend was finally flying in and hit the restaurant. We're gonna get ready together, we're gonna pre-game, play games, and then we're gonna go clubbing and then end the night at the hotel. That was kind of like the plan that we all agreed on. We went to go eat first. If you guys have ever been to Vegas, you know that you have to take a taxi or an Uber to different places, right? I had taken a taxi with Jade and her boyfriend, and I think it was me and my boyfriend. Like, us 4 took an Uber to the restaurant on a table of 15. Half went to one bill and the other half went to the other. Me and Jade were split into 2 different bills. So I had taken care of a certain 7 people, and one of the girls from the 7 was like, hey, I just ordered an Uber XL, like come join us. I think she decided to like order the Uber with all of us. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I looked over at Jade because I came with her. I was like, hey, I'm going with her back to the hotel for us to get ready. We're all going the same direction, by the way. But I was like, hey, I'm gonna go with them because she had already ordered the XL. And she like was so irritated. She looked at her boyfriend and she was like, ugh, one less person to worry about then. Literally straight to my face gave me attitude about it. And I was like, okay. And I was looking over at my friends like, oh, this is awkward. Let me just not do it. And that was like the 4th or 5th time she was giving me like attitude. I was like, this girl is clearly irritated at her boyfriend because they were arguing or whatever. And now she's directing it towards me. I'm not having it. So I was like, peace out. I'm gonna go get ready. And then hopefully like she calms down and whatnot because I'm not dealing with it right now. Let's do groceries. We are gonna be putting $40 in it. This 40 is so ugly. So anyways, we get back to the hotel. I get ready with the girl that got the XL because we shared a suite at Conrad at Resorts World. So it was a really big room. I really enjoyed it. We had so much fun there. Got ready for about an hour and a half, and then everyone started coming into our hotel, started partying, hanging out, and I had so much fun. Everyone was having a great time. Everyone was drinking. We kind of pre-gamed a little bit too hard because everything just just went left from there, you guys. That's it for our weekly allowance. Let's move on to our pink binder. So literally everything just went left. There were so many like commotions. We had one person in the group that kept running, no, two people in the group that kept running away from the group. So another two had to keep chasing them. Then specifically about Jade and her boyfriend. We were having a good time at the club. We were dancing, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, the club got cut short because someone wanted to try out a different club and it was already like 2 a.m. We couldn't get into any other club without paying like a ridiculous amount of cover fee. I think the cover fee to get into the club was like $50 for males and $30 for females, so it was ridiculous. We decided to like walk to White Castle fast food, and that's when everything started going downhill. We had two people constantly running away. I was beyond drunk. I kind of browned out. I don't remember a lot of it. What happened was Jade got in an argument with her boyfriend about wanting to go back to the hotel. She wanted to leave the group, leave everything, and just go back to the hotel because she was feeling very anxious and very insecure in Vegas Strip. And if you guys have ever been there, it's a mess. It's crazy. There's so much stuff happening. There's a lot of like homeless people, a lot of people with like mental illnesses, a lot of people who are screaming, like just a lot of things going on. So she was not feeling safe because someone had just robbed a store literally while we were in it. She had told her boyfriend was freaking out. He's drunk, she's drunk, but he was freaking out because she didn't allow him order his food, because she had asked him, don't order your food, we need to go back to the hotel. And he was like, no, I'm gonna order my food. And then it just blew up out of proportion, you guys, where they were like in each other's faces screaming. And I was like, I'm gonna take you home, Jade. Like, we'll go home together because we're not gonna have this right now. All I know on my side was I went home with her and she was feeling like very pissed off, very unsafe. She didn't want to hang out with anyone anymore because she thought the night was over. Like, her boyfriend's making a huge scene. Like, I'm just gonna go home and go to bed, right? So I walk her back to her hotel. Sorry, y'all. We'll get into the cash stuffing, but let me just get through this real quick. So I don't know how it happened because I thought we went home first, but somehow we got up to her stairs and my boyfriend's with me. So it's me and my boyfriend and Jade walking back to her hotel. All of a sudden there was just like loud ass banging, like boom, 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 boom. What is that? And then she was like, oh, I think maybe like it's the housekeepers. And I was like, I don't know, girl. It looks like it's coming from your hotel room. Guess what? All of a sudden you see this very, very, very angry man pounding through the front door of the hotel room carrying like 3 luggages. He sees us down the hallway. We're like, dude, what are you doing? He literally takes one look and then he's like, nope. 180 back the opposite direction. He went towards the exit, the red exit label, and went down the fucking stairs. Me being me, a mediator, a drunk person, a person that all of a sudden feels like they should save people, decide to chase after him. So I ran after this guy down 20 flights of stairs, you guys. Like, I was in my robe and my robe slippers. We were running. I was running down the stairs because he was like on something. I don't know what he was on, but he decided he wanted to go down 20 flights of stairs. Like, he started screaming into my face. He was obviously expressing himself. He was talking about how effed up the relationship has been, how much she's taking advantage of him, how much she does to him, how much she's hurt him, how crazy she is, saying all this stuff. He's saying like all her friends think he's evil, terrible, he's a horrible boyfriend, he's just blah, blah, blah. I'm like then screaming back at him saying like, you're not alone, I'm sorry you feel that way, let's go back to the hotel and let's talk about this, like I'm here for you, where are you going? And he's like, I'm going back home, I'm catching the next flight back home. My boyfriend the entire time was still up the 20 flights of stairs because he was holding the exit door so that it doesn't slam. When he heard both of us screaming, he ran down 20 flights of stairs and he was like, no one's about to be screaming in my girlfriend's face. And then when he came down there, I guess he got in between us and like put his hand on the guy's shoulder so that he doesn't get closer to my face, because I didn't feel threatened in that position. Even though the guy was like screaming into my face, he wasn't like saying anything malicious. He was just basically venting, but very, very loud. But I guess in my boyfriend's perspective, it's like, I don't allow anyone to scream in my girlfriend's face regardless of what it is. So I totally understand my boyfriend, because at that moment he was like, oh, I'm gonna like physically remove him from the situation if he ever comes like close to you. And the guy ended up deciding, I'm not gonna talk to her because it's over, we're done. And I was like, all right, I'm going back up to the stairs to be with her, so I'm gonna be in the hotel. If you want to talk, you can talk. And then I go upstairs. I don't know why homegirl had all her makeup taken off. She was was like ready for bed. She was nonchalant about this issue. She was just like, he's drunk, I'm over it, I know he's not going anywhere. She's like checking his location, kind of like scuffing it off, like laughing about it. At that moment, I've seen a different side of her, like how much she didn't care about him, because he was obviously like going through it, you guys. This is like 3 a.m. and all my friends are back at my hotel room waiting for me to come back to play games and to eat burgers because they got me some White Castle. But me and my boyfriend were here talking to Jade, and then I get a text from her boyfriend. He sent me like 2 screenshots which I couldn't open. I don't think I had data, but there was a paragraph saying like, I'm gonna be honest with you, my parents don't like her. That just stood out to me. My parents don't like her, she's crazy, she tried calling my parents last year when we got into an argument, like who does that? He was just going off, right? I called him and I was like, hey dude, I'm not gonna do this back and forth texting with you. I'm still in the room. If you want to come up, just come up. And he was like, for you, I will come back up to the hotel. He comes back to the hotel. He's like venting to her about all this drama. We sat there for like 3 hours trying to dissect it. She basically blamed it on his alcoholism. I was saying he does have an alcohol problem and he does have an aggression problem, but a lot of the things that he was saying were not lies. Just to kind of like sum up what they are as individuals, I can pretty much sum him up very well. He has so many issues with his girlfriend, but he's so like afraid to talk about it because of how she gets. Like she will be too strict, too stern. She doesn't allow him to make mistakes, and she doesn't really allow him to voice his opinions all that much without making it a safe space to talk about it. So he like in turn bottles everything up. He swallows it, it all goes down, and then when he drinks he feels like he's Superman and it all explodes. Like he starts speaking the truth, but it gets out in a very, very, very bad way. That's no way to be explaining your things. We ended the conversation. They both like kind of calmed down, and it was 6:30 a.m. and by this time we had to go back to the hotel. I was like super drained. I cried, she cried, he cried, like everyone was just crying, and there were some things in that relationship that was very, very toxic, which I cannot talk about. Very, very toxic, like in the movies type of toxic stuff is going on in that relationship. And the thing that broke me was the following day. I woke up at like 1 p.m. and this was the final day that I was there. In the morning they were kikiing as if nothing happened. Y'all, I was such a fucking fool. Like, I'll say that straight up. I was a fool to get in between and hopefully like try to help them mend and communicate with each other. Girl, you guys are kikiing in the morning, laughing, giggling, acting as if nothing happened, owed no one else an apology. They didn't say anything to everyone. So I was like, you know what? After the whole thing wrapped up, I had texted everyone in the group chat and I was like, hey y'all, I want to say that I feel partially responsible for all the drama that had happened and I wanted to apologize for it. And hopefully the next time when we have a vacation like this, they would be drama free. She literally responded back saying like, oh, I hope you had a great birthday. Ma'am, I did not, and that's because of you. That was last week. Fast forward, I did have a conversation with her because I think she was oblivious about the pain and the suffering that everyone had to endure and how much she ruined people's vacations, because this was my first vacation, y'all, in 2 years of working nonstop full time. And it wasn't even a full vacation. I only went from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I went back to work the following week. Oof, what was that? You guys are probably like, oh my God. You guys probably have a lot to say, and I'm sorry if my reaction or, you know, how I handled it was not what you guys expected. I'm sorry, but I handled it the best I could, honestly. Car insurance is going to be getting $35. And maybe some of you guys wouldn't have handled it the same way I would, but that was literally the best way that I could have handled it in that situation, especially being intoxicated. Car insurance now has 20, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70. There were parts of the situation that I had to leave out, but I literally got in between for their safety, if that makes sense. Not gonna get into it, but I did the best that I could to protect both of them. Car note is getting 50, 70, 90. So car note has 50, 100, 120, 140, 160, and 180. Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I never want to experience that again. Gym is getting 5, 6, 7, 8. Everyone that was around me that supported me through that and my day ones, I literally told everyone no matter what happens to our next vacation, because I'm already planning the next one and inviting 15 to 20 people, no matter what, don't let me get into nobody's drama. If there's any drama, I'm going the opposite direction, and everyone's gonna hold me accountable to it, or my two favorite people in the world, which is my best friend and my boyfriend. So gym is 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Ortho is gonna be getting 55, 50, 100, 105, and 110. Phone is going to be getting 60, and I ran out of 20s. So let me exchange this. All right, so again, phone was getting $60. Lastly, subscription is going to be getting 10. So now it has $20. All right, so that is it for our monthly expenses. Now we're gonna move into our fixed expenses. The first one is my car renewal fee. This is gonna be getting $5 and $10. That's 100, 200, 250, 260, and 5. And then moving into our debt credit card. Going to be getting 100, 200, 220, and 240. And it also has last week's money because I haven't deposited into my bank to pay for my credit card yet. It has 1, 2, 3, 400, 420, 440, 460, and 480. I'm actually going to go deposit this tomorrow morning. And then our expense repay bill is going to get a big chunk. We're going to put $50 into it. Now it has 100, 200, 250, 270, and 290. So literally less than $100. And we're done with this one. I'm so thrilled. All right. That is my thick pink binder. Moving on to my emergency funds and savings. Starting off with Bentley Emergency. He is going to be getting 20, 30, 35, 36, and 37. Now he has 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200, 210, 220, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26. I can take care of it. And then we're gonna go down to our life insurance. Let's stuff a good 50 in here. 100, 200, 300, 350, 370, 390, 410, 420, and 425. Next, we're gonna do our investing account. It is gonna be getting 20 and 85, 20, 40, 45, and 50. Then we're gonna come back to this afterwards on our last stuffing. But next we're going into our black envelope, which is our sinking funds. We're only gonna stuff a couple in here. First one is our gifts envelope. 20, 40, and 50. It has 100, 150, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 300, 310, 11, 12, and 13. So about 400 more to go. And then we're going to go down to our tech envelope. She is getting 20, 40, and 50. Now our tech envelope has 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 500, 520, 40, 60, 80, 6, 20, 40, 50. And that is it for this binder. Lastly, we are going to go into our house envelope. Here we are. I am going to stuff the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 520, 540, 560, 580, 590, 600. Now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 210. So that was $1,210. But yeah, that is it for this week's video, you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening to the story time. I like to kind of spice my channel up sometimes and leave 1 or 2 story times throughout, you know, a couple of months so that you guys can enjoy it. And I know some of you guys do, because I definitely do, and that's something that I always enjoy watching anyways in the budgeting community. But yeah, so thank you guys so much again for watching, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Ta-ta for now.